and welcome to Crossface Wrestling Podcast. I'm your host Mario. I'm sitting in with the mighty Ross.
Hello everyone, nice to see yous or hear yous.
So, first show, for those that aren't really in the know, well, the name gives it away, we're a wrestling podcast, Scottish folk, so if you don't understand our slang, look it up.
I just hope Crossface isn't too controversial, as obviously the wrestler that used to use it.
I love Benoit. Sorry, people, but Benoit is one of my favourites, which we'll get in at a very later date.
Yeah.
But Crossface,
I'm
everyone uses it now.
Yeah. Well, Daniel Bryan used it, Sasha Banks is kind of using it. I think there's
Michaels and Rude.
Oh yeah, Triple H used it for a while as well.
I know.
And
everybody uses it, so it's fine. We just don't mention who used the move.
Who made it famous?
Highest ability, But yeah, so we're wrestling podcast. We'll be talking over the results of this week's in wrestling, and then we'll be talking about our top 5 elimination chambers. Seeing as this is a WWE Network exclusive.
Yeah.
Well, first network exclusive main event.
Yeah, it's one they're not going to do on like pay-per-view or anything like that, which is kind of special and makes people say, oh, I want to tune in and see that. And it's a pretty stacked card, I've got to give them that.
But as we were saying before on air, Rollins and Reigns aren't on the card, which is kind of
Orton and Reigns. No, Rollins and Reigns.
Rollins and Reigns. Oh, I Rollins in the main event. Orton and Reigns, yeah, those two.
I've not seen Orton since Payback, so I don't know what's going on with him.
Oh, well, like I was saying, maybe they've got Reigns out just because, we don't have anyone for him to beat, so we'll keep him away.
It'd be kind of cool if they had him as like an enforcer on the Seth Rollins Ambrose match, so the Authority can't get involved.
Oh, come on, you've got to love J&J.
Well, they're okay. They're good cannon fodder, but I don't need to see another Kane interference. I've seen too much of that.
Kane's just business. Kane is just no. I don't like it.
I know, he needs the mask.
He's
so boring just with the trousers and it just doesn't look right.
I know, corporate Kane, give me the mask and suit.
He's been doing it for 2 years now and he still doesn't look right. I can't get used to it.
No, it just doesn't look right. Give him a wig, mask, suit. Yeah, done. So yeah, off topic there right from the start. I think that's how we're going to do things from now on.
That's what the show's going to be like now.
Off topic we're wrestling. Just going to be talking about this week's in wrestling, so
we'll start off with TNA. You think you know more about that than I do, do you? I don't think anyone's watching
TNA. The only
TNA.
thing mentionable is Bram and Rude, and I believe Bram went over.
It's a surprise. I expect Rude to go over.
Well, this is the thing, TNA, it's just weird. I don't like how it is currently. Maybe now that's another big news. Ring of Honor getting signed to Destination America as well.
Yeah, it's pretty huge, just because it started off as like TNA's getting dropped and then suddenly ROH got picked up, so it's kind of turned into huge news because of that.
Like maybe they'll have some cross-promotional because of that.
Maybe. It might help, because I think ROH is going to be on before TNA, so people enjoy ROH, they're like, oh, more wrestling with TNA. But I don't know if that'll be as good as ROH.
I don't know, maybe you'll see people turning off after that.
Yeah.
But that was the only memorable moment from that card, and that's kind of sad though. Just me and how I'm right now with TNA.
I've not watched TNA properly since like 2010 when Jeff Hardy turned heel, and after that I just kind of stopped. But since then I've not watched it. Just rotten. And then I saw what happened at Victory Road 2011. I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that company again.
Oh god, no one wants to watch that. It was just rotten. Sting should just. Oh, Sting's actually good, but that was just rotten. I don't want to see that ever happen again.
Just the way they did it was a bit unprofessional. They could have sent someone else out there or just apologise to the fans or something. But
Jeff Hardy got attacked backstage. How many times have they done that in a storyline? They did it last week with NXT TakeOver. Tammy, Tammy, shoulder injury before the event, so they done a whole, he got attacked.
That's a good way to set up a storyline in the future, I guess. But I'm still upset about the fact we're still not going to see a GTS for at least 8 months. We're still waiting to see it.
No, did you not see the special? It was I think it was the one after WrestleMania where they hadn't had anything taped for NXT, so they showed like a package on Hideo Itami.
Oh, I think the WrestleMania weekend.
The Sacramento show that they sold a 5,000 seat venue.
It was the Access,
and it's done the GST there, and I was like, finally, but it's not on TV. As usual, just teasing. I just love how anytime he gets anyone up, the crowd goes, JD, yes, JD. Then it's like, oh.
I know, I'm just dying to see him finally like hit it in front of a proper like NXT audience. I wonder if they'll ever take NXT to like arenas and things like that, because I think it needs to get bigger and bigger. You know,
they are touring it. What was it? Philly and
oh yeah, I saw the pictures in this week's NXT.
Yeah, who was it? Tommy Dreamer and someone else.
Mick Foley was there with his daughter.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like, this is huge, man. Like, is NXT going to get? Well, I think it's safe to say it's going to be bigger than TNA right now.
Yeah, it's getting huge. It could be even bigger than like Raw and SmackDown. Like you hear tons of NXT
it's going to be bigger than SmackDown. Come on, like we were talking beforehand. Do you watch SmackDown? No, it's Strange Results. Okay, cool. Because Kevin Owens was on it this week, and that's the only bit I watched.
Yeah, it's like the B show. Like, I think the last time they actually did something of any importance was when Del Rio beat Big Show for the world title, and that was like it. But I've not really seen anything since then. No,
the last moment that I remember of SmackDown was the Shield taking out Undertaker when he was in the UK.
Oh yeah, that was pretty big. Yeah, Ambrose versus Taker, that was pretty cool.
I was pure hyping up like, oh my god, is it going to be Reigns and Taker next year? 3 spears and Taker's done.
That could have
been
awesome,
3 F5s, unfortunately, and I was gutted like a little fanboy that I am.
Oh yeah, I was pretty good. I'm a big Taker mark, but I'm kind of happy with the way it's turned Lesnar out. It's made him like a huge monster. It's just like that one defining thing. Like, he's beat the streak, nobody else can say that. So that's pretty good for him.
Well, this is something that I totally forgot about it. Taker hadn't beat Lesnar on pay-per-view. Like, they'd faced in 2003. 2003?
Yeah.
2002.
Yeah. And 2003 as well.
Yeah. Like, they had 2 matches back-to-back on pay-per-views both years.
I think Taker beat him at Unforgiven, but only by disqualification. It might have been Brock getting disqualified or Taker getting disqualified.
I think it might.
I don't know if Taker hit him with a belt or if Brock hit him with a belt and they caused a DQ, but it was something along those lines.
Taker hasn't beaten him by pinfall there.
Yeah. And then there was Hell in a Cell where he was just covered in blood and got destroyed.
Heyman just getting tied through the cage.
That was amazing. And then there was the biker chain, which wasn't as good, but it was still a loss to Taker. So he's beaten Taker 3 times by pinfall. And can anyone else actually say that? Maybe Kane? I don't know. Shawn Michaels? I don't know.
Maybe Michaels, aye.
I know he pinned him in Hell in a Cell. I don't know. I can't remember what happened at Ground Zero there in your house. WrestleMania was obviously beaten, but I can't think of any others.
Rumble was casket, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, the casket. That's where Shawn hurt his back.
And also Kane came out, I think, and that set up.
Oh yeah, he set the thing on fire.
I know. It's always good. Aye, this guy's dead. Fire on a casket. Oh, what's happening? He's dead. No, he's not. There's a trapdoor. Oh no, there's trapdoors in wrestling.
And they did the same thing at the Randy Orton feud where they set it on fire and then he came back.
Oh god,
for Hell in a Cell.
I wasn't his dad involved in that as well, Cowboy Bob.
That was when Orton was supposed to like go over and then his dad ruined it because he didn't tell anyone he had like hepatitis C in the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
And like it just led to like a huge news storm. And like Taker was furious about it. So that kind of ruined it for Orton.
Well, I'm sure we'll get into that eventually for one of our specials, Blood and Wrestling. We're kind of covering all topics right here.
Yeah.
The Streak, Blood, Benoit, you know. Just go on the deep end right to start, come on.
Yeah, we're going to start off with results and we're suddenly talking about Lesnar and Taker's epic feud spanning like, God, that is 10 years.
I know.
That is actually kind of weird to think about.
that was the thing. I was like, Taker's got over.
One
of the guys in my work was talking about it and I was like, oh, this is a put your house on. Don't even question it. Taker's gone over. I came in like the following week and I was like, I'm devastated. I was proper gutted. I was upset for a week.
I know. I still couldn't believe it. I'm kind of upset though because the year before, just as a random bet, I decided to put a $5 on like CM Punk beating Taker. I was like, is that a huge chance? Like, if I'd done the same with Lesnar, I could be freaking rich.
I don't think in the last few years, like maybe Taker, Triple H in the Cell, but that Punk match was just phenomenal. Yeah. Like, I love CM Punk, and that was one of the best matches I've ever seen with Taker. Respect
to Taker. Like, I know I've got a tattoo of him and all that, but yes. Punk carried that match at WrestleMania. Like, Taker did his thing, but Punk made sure like all the bits were in place and everything.
Like the urn.
Oh, that was excellent.
The Globetrotter just like oh.
Or doing the old school. Like, I don't think he's the only one that I've ever seen like doing that move aside from Taker, which is pretty cool.
It's always a way to stick it to Taker. Like, got it.
Oh, it's such an amazing match. We're just talking about all these one matches. Oh, but the Triple H Taker one, that's one of my favourites. I thought Taker was winning that the whole time, then the DX special was like, Taker's done, and he just kicked out. It's amazing.
Here's the question though, right? How many times has Michael been a referee?
I was actually thinking that the other day during the Elimination Chamber. That's what I was thinking.
I've got this in my top 5, okay?
Me too.
And I was like, okay, I hadn't seen this chamber match, and I was like, I would happily put money on Michael's sweet chin in someone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you want your refs impartial? Come on to hell, Michaels. Just like, oh wait, I don't like you battered into me. Oh, there's a sweet chin.
I think in every actual referee situation he's been in, he's attacked someone. Like
Rock, Triple H, on the first SmackDown.
Yeah. The most recent one, Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton.
Iron Man match in 2000 with Undertaker came out.
That was it. I don't think he actually attacked anyone during that. I think he was actually impartial. The only time he's been impartial.
Oh, wait there, have we uncovered the secret? That's only one?
I was just thinking about that. What was the other one? The most recent one was Brian Orton, Hell in a Cell, and they super kicked Brian. And there's been tons over the years, like Bret Hart, Taker in 97. I'm just coming up with tons in my head now. But yeah, it's been in a lot.
He swung a chair at Bret and he kind of ducked and took Taker out, didn't he?
Yeah.
So we can say that he didn't sweet chin him then, okay?
It was close though, it was close. And I remember there was like a lot of tension in it. Like I read in his book, like Bret Hart meant to spit in his chest so he didn't get angry at him, but the spit sort of hit his chest and hit his face by accident, and apparently Michaels was just furious over it, and that's sort of helped the feud. Yeah,
you just move on with it, you know. It's like, oh no, it's batting you.
I think it's just because the animosity they had at the time, because they had like their backstage fights and all that.
If you've read Michael's books, it's just rubbish. Like
I've read his most recent one. Have you read that one? I can't remember the name of it.
Oh God,
he just talks about like his Christianity. There's not a lot like wrestling talk, but he relates like a lot of the wrestling stuff to like his Christian life, and it's kind of boring.
Was that not recently?
Yeah, it only came out in like February, March. Like I ordered it off Amazon. I thought it was going to be like his last book, like talking about his later years in wrestling, but it just turned out to be like about how he's turned into a Christian and a better man, and that it's kind of boring. But I like the guy. But,
aye, like his WWE book, it's just like just like doesn't deviate or anything. It's just this is
a heartbreak and triumph one. I remember that.
Rotten.
Yeah, that was one of the worst books I've read. I've read quite a few of them. Like the Jericho ones, I've read every Jericho one there.
I've never read any of them.
You need to start reading
50-50 in Jericho.
I love Jericho. Plus, later in his books, if you're into like rock and metal, he talks about like meeting like bands like Avenged Sevenfold and Bullet for My Valentine. So if you like that, it helps with the wrestling.
Nice.
He's got some good wrestling stories in there. Like there's one of my favourites that I heard on the Cena podcast. He was out drinking with him in like, I can't remember, it was like Alaska or somewhere freezing, and they went out for a drinking session. He went to his bed and woke back up, and Cena was going through his iPod and wasn't even drunk.
Podcast, yeah, that was actually pretty funny.
It's like it makes Cena sound so cool. Like
I just
tucked him in,
sitting waiting up for him. Like, oh, it's okay, he's just checking.
He sounds like you can say what you want about Cena, but he sounds like an actual really cool guy in real life. Like all the kid stuff he does, and he seems just like a genuine nice person. So he's got that going for him.
Well, you won't catch me chanting "Let's go Cena" anymore.
I'm the same. Like in the wrestling thing, but as
first
a person,
WWE event at the Bray Head a couple of years ago. It was Del Rio, Cena in the main event, and there was little kids next to me, and I was like, they were going, "Let's go Cena," and I was like, "Cena sucks." I hurt my throat. I hurt it to the point of the next night in work. I was like,
I'm surprised the parents didn't turn around and try and lambaste you for it.
I turned round and I just was like, but the best bit was one of the children turned round and went, "Let's go see that," and I just blank faced it, like didn't even hear you. How dare you?
Have you been to a few WWE live events?
Yeah, was at my last one was actually November, and I felt that was a pretty poor show.
Oh, I think I was at
Hydro.
Hydro. No, I was at the one. There was one
to the first two at the Hydro last year, May and November.
I keep thinking. April. I keep thinking last year's 2013. The 2013 was the last time I went to one, which was a pretty poor show. Like the main event was good. It was Punk Bryan against the Wyatts, and it was like before the Survivor Series match.
That was they done 2 nights.
Did they?
It was like the Friday and the Sunday, because a show got cancelled somewhere else. So they done a double. I went to the Sunday one where the Punk and Bryan was. I want to say the match before the main event.
Was it? What was the main event?
Cena Del Rio.
Oh, so you got Cena? I think Cena was advertised for us and then he didn't appear, so I think a lot of people were disappointed with that. And the best memory I've got for that is when Tony Chimel came out. He was like announcing the matches, like Punk and Bryan versus the Wyatts, and then before that we're going to have Ryback versus Justin Gabriel, and there was actually silence. The actual match was actually better than I think anyone thought it would be, but just like that's one of the matches you're announcing. And there wasn't any like big stars, like AJ and Khali at most.
Oh, Drew and Khali, that was a match on it, and I was like, yeah. It's just pure like racist Scottish folk just going Scotland, Scotland. Like, yeah, you have to. Come on.
I hammed in mine as well, but the one I was at, he was tagging with Heath Slater against the Usos, and like they made the Usos heels, but for some reason they had them win. I was like, why didn't you just have Drew win? He's the hometown boy. It's not just going to be on telly. It doesn't matter. Just have the hometown.
One of the best moments, one of the shows last year. Yes, I did run to the barrier for Paige.
Did you actually?
Yes, I ran. And there was wee kids, once they went up the ramp, and right next to us going, oh, wonder when John Cena's out. No, I just felt like going, pal, WWE app says no. But I couldn't break their wee hearts.
Oh, that's a shame.
I know, I was like, oh, Cena's not here, oh, shame. We're getting wrestling instead.
Running for Paige. I did run for Batista once, but that was like 2007 when I was a lot younger. So
I'm 29, right? I ran... 28. I ran down for the barrier for Paige. I don't care.
I do love Paige, although I don't think she's been disappointing, but I don't think it's her fault. I think it's more WWE backstage.
Yeah.
Like, she's had good matches with AJ, but like that's it.
I think it's just a case of booking, like, there's... That WrestleMania match was just too quick.
Yeah, and plus AJ was out for like 4 minutes on the floor after getting punched, and it's like, why? And then she left after that, so I can see why.
I know, just like, oh, screw this.
But Paige was awesome in NXT. Like, I've seen the matches with like, Emma, and they're
the
fantastic.
first takeover was phenomenal. Like, though, compare that to takeover last week.
Oh yeah, Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch.
That might what the hell? That was amazing.
That's got to be like, that's probably the third best match of the year so far for me. Like the two Brock Lesnar matches this year are like right ahead of it, but it's kind of hard to beat those two.
The triple threat was good at Rumble.
I think my number one's actually Reigns and Lesnar, just because I wasn't expecting much out of it, and they just like blew my mind with how amazing it actually was.
I was expecting it to be like just
boring.
No, not really. Kind of more like a shoot, like proper doing each other in. I thought, all right, there's two ways this is going to end. Now that Lesnar's signed on with WWE, I was like, okay, he's not losing. And I went, okay, is Reigns going to get beat? And I went,
probably not.
Probably not. Then I went, okay, I'll steal TNA's option C with the X Division. Is Rollins going to cash in? I was like, maybe after. I thought, oh, maybe Lesnar will beat Roman. Roman will like screw over Lesnar with spears or whatever, and then Rollins.
Yeah.
And
that's what I thought would probably happen as well.
But the triple threat, just boom, there you go. Throw it right in the deep end.
Yeah, that was
brilliant.
Amazing. That was amazing. But I wasn't actually looking forward to like the Reigns Lesnar match until I found out that Lesnar had signed. I was like, oh my god, there's a chance he can actually win now. And I was just so behind him. Like I was like, I like Reigns, but just compared to Lesnar, I hate you. Because Lesnar, my top three wrestlers, Brock Lesnar's probably number 2. I love the guy. He's just such a presence, you know.
He's a beast.
I know, he's just a
beast incarnate.
I still hate that it was wasted by like Triple H a couple of years ago. But at least they've sort of made up for it this year and last year.
That's the thing. Triple H was not gonna look at the guys that have went against Lesnar. Cena, like when he returned, then Triple H, Punk. Who's had 2 matches against him? Triple H. Oh, I put you over, you put me over. Cool.
Yeah.
It's like that's part of the deal. Sorry.
It should have totally went over like WrestleMania. Like I know at least they got 2 wins over him in the end, but it's like the second time he needed like Heyman's help. Like the first time he looked totally dominant, but after that it was just like, nah, Triple H is just totally going to beat him here. He just lost his presence until he sort of went up against like Punk, and there was the one against Big Show which I hated.
Oh, that Rumble one.
Yeah,
that.
He should have destroyed them, but then he just went in with a chair, and it's like, you look like you can't beat Big Show without a chair. You can just go in and suplex him anytime you want.
Like the 2003 Rumble, it was like first match on the card, Lesnar, Big Show.
That winner
goes into number 30, and I was like, Yes.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like, Big Show was getting tossed about like a ragdoll, but
Exactly.
obviously that was what, 12? Well, it was 14, wasn't it, Rumble? Yeah. Aye.
Yeah,
so
that 11 years prior.
Like 11 years prior, so probably Big Show can't take an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Just saying.
Although that F5 did look pretty impressive at the end. That's the only thing I liked about the match in the end, is just that F5.
He's just a beast. Like, every one of his matches is just a like destroying session. It's just like, oh, I'm going to have some fun here, throw you about. Oh wait, you're getting a suplex. Like Oprah, you're getting a suplex. You're getting a suplex. Everyone gets a suplex.
I love his new spot now as well, just like catching guys in midair. Like with Rollins, he's a smaller guy, but when Roman Reigns went for the Superman punch, I was not expecting him to like catch him.
I was
amazing.
Like going for it right away. I went, all right, he's already hit 2 Superman punches and a spear. He's going for another one. And I was like, don't you hit this. Don't you hit this. Don't you dare think about hitting this. Just the way he caught him, I was like, yes!
And then he screamed with like his bloody face. So that is the guy. He is a superstar.
That's the thing. I just hate Roman Reigns when he goes, oh! Like,
I don't mind that too. I think it's pretty cool. He's alright. Like, I don't know how they managed to screw up Roman Reigns so bad. Like, it's just like, if he just won the Rumble and Bryan wasn't there, it'd be fine. But just because the way they eliminated Bryan is just like saying, right, you've had your fun, Bryan's out, now it's Roman Reigns' time. It's just like everyone turned on it. Like, even I hated it at that point.
Like, I'd stayed awake for the Rumble. I broke my ankle the day before it, so I had no choice to stay up for the Rumble. And I was just like, oh God, not this rubbish. Like, it is one of the worst Rumbles. Like, Rumbles are entertaining. You get the old, like, kind of legends in and, oh, surprise entrant, blah, blah, blah. Maybe, like, they done last year with Rusev.
2014,
like, I was like, who the hell is... What the hell did it kick somebody's head off for? It looks pretty brutal, but then...
Batista and that.
Batista, Bootista, Bluetista, whatever you want to call it.
I think that was a bad Rumble, but I think 2015 actually might be the worst, because I thought 1999 was the worst, and I went back and watched it. I was like,
1999?
Yeah.
Vinnie Mac?
Yeah.
That was amazing! Austin
it,
pure like through to the toilet. The corporate team beat him up. Oh, the Austin drives back in an ambulance. That's phenomenal. Just the whole Vince will screw you over even when you don't think about it.
Yeah, but it's just, I hated that it started off so well. Like Bubba Ray Dudley, Bray Wyatt was dominant. Daniel Bryan.
Why did they have
DDP.
Bubba out so early?
I thought Devon was going to come out. I was kind of disappointed, but they had R-Truth in the sort of default spot, which is slightly racist when you think about it.
I know, it's always going to be a black man. Sorry, that's what statistics are saying.
That's
what
WWE's like. But I think they need to get rid of Vince. He's still got that sort of stereotype in his head. Like Triple H and Stephanie, they've been noted as saying they want women's wrestling as like the main focus, which is awesome. But Vince is still like, he thinks of them as like a sideshow. Doesn't help.
The big 6'5" giant
muscle guy,
muscle idiot's going to be over than the women. Like NXT, like, well, we just dive right into that. How amazing! Like, if you watched all the takeovers,
oh yeah, definitely.
Like the women's matches are phenomenal.
There's not been
bar
one bad
the tag
one,
match, which we discussed.
It wasn't too bad. Like, Bayley, Charlotte, and Emma were all great. It's just Dana Brooke definitely let the side, didn't they?
She really needs to have more time off TV.
She needs training.
I know us armchair bookers are just like being absolute arse to this, and it's kind of kind of sad. But she does need more time off. Like the whole hype video is like, oh, Dana Brooks is here in 2 weeks. Yeah. Dana Brooks is here in 1 week.
It made it look cool when I was like looking forward to
her first match was rotten.
Yeah, it was.
Like no offense to Leva Bates, who's Blue Pants. Like
Blue Pants is good.
Aye, she's over with the crowd. Dana Brooks ain't.
No.
Like, it was just a rotten match. Like, her offense was terrible. It was... And then you were saying about the botched spot.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't too much of a botch spot, but it's like noticeable, you know. I hate really noticeable ones. Like, one of the most obvious for me that I hated, but it was a good match, it was Orton and Del Rio at Hell in a Cell 2012. And I just remember Del Rio came off the top with like an arm thing, and it was obvious that Orton was meant to like drop kick him, and then he just landed and they both just sort of looked at each other and they didn't know what to do, and they were just scrambling. I was like, oh god, this has just turned horrible.
Top botch spot was 2001 Royal Rumble, the Hardys, the botched drop kick. Like they were they were in like maybe 2 and 3 or 3 and 4 or something. They eliminated whoever was there, and then it was they two, and Matt Hardy was to take a drop kick to the back, and it just didn't connect.
Was that when he just like
so
stood
he just
still?
kind of like stood still, and then he went against the ropes.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I can remember it in my head.
Oh wait there, we're talking about botch spots. The main event for Raw this week, the 10-on-3 handicap match.
Was that the main event?
Yes, it was.
Like I said, I've only been like watching Raw on YouTube, so like they probably cut out like all the botches. So you need to explain what happened to me.
Oh, it was. Oh God, what's his name? Lucha Dragons.
Kalisto, Sin Cara.
Sin Cara. Aye, the Sin Cara who botched is long gone in the WWE, but the new Sin Cara can botch as well. It went for some kind of like high fly arm drag or whatever, and it just. It fumbled.
Really? Was it that bad?
Pretty bad. Aye, it was.
I thought the Sin Cara curse had disappeared after the opponent left.
It's back, bigger than ever, and it's taking over everybody.
Oh, I remember that, man. I just remember him coming in. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's huge!" And like the first match, he screwed up his finisher. You know, when he went up to the top rope, I think it was Primo his face, and he just fell out the ring, and it was so awkward.
I kind of feel bad for him. Like high flyers are really underused in WWE, where they were. Well, saying that, they're underused everywhere. Like WCW was the main one. Like they had them at the start of the events, and it got the crowd hyped. But they never achieved anything other than first match or maybe second match, which is kind of a shame. But they had a lot of high flyers where WWE, it's kind of like, oh, wait there, we've got maybe 1 in 5 kind of cruiserweight type people, but you know, they don't really go to the top rope now.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing, that in WCW they started the shows off amazingly, and then the show just went downhill. Like, because when I was asking you on Facebook, like, where do I start with like WCW stuff, and you said like Bash at the Beach '96, so I went and watched that, and the first match was Psychosis and Mysterio, and just blew the roof off the place. Like one of the best cruiserweight matches I've seen. And then the second match was Big Bubba, who's obviously Big Boss Man, against John Tenta, who's Earthquake, in a silver dollar on a pole match, and it went on for 10 minutes, and it's just one of the worst I've ever seen. So it's like this amazing high, and it's just brought down. I don't want to watch the rest of this show.
I think most WCW stuff is like that, because once it got to about 99, everything was on a pole. Everything. Judy Bagwell on a pole match. Like,
was she on like a forklift as well?
Aye, it was like, you get Judy Bagwell by going to the pole. Like, what the hell? Who wrote this stuff?
There's the infamous Viagra on a pole. Was it Billy Kidman and somebody else?
Shane Douglas.
Is it Shane Douglas? Oh, poor Shane.
There was. I'm going to need to look this up, because there was a golden line. Just obviously Viagra orientated. I'm sure we'll have this sorted for next week.
I can imagine.
But it was just one of those cringeworthy moments where you're like, yeah, wrestling's taking a downturn really badly now.
I think that could easily be like a show topic in the future, just like bad gimmick matches, because there's been so many over the years. WWE,
not even bad gimmick matches. Bad on a pole matches. That's in a category in its own.
I know they always bring it back, like in WWE, just like after a while. Like there was one
flag on a pole match, and the biker chain match was on a pole.
It was actually. There was one.
That was a decent match. Just the chain.
It was okay. Like it was a more boring match between the two, which was weird. But there was also one recently. Well, not that. I think it was like 2012, 2013. It was Ziggler and Del Rio. It was like a contract on a pole match, and those two can have awesome matches together. But that was just like an awful match, just because they just pure scrambling up the pole. And it was just boring. That's why I'm glad Rusev versus Swagger at SummerSlam wasn't like on a pole match. It was just like to have the flag up, which made it much better.
I just hate pole matches.
I know. Who thinks they're a good idea apart from Vince Russo? Who else thinks they're a good idea?
Clearly
Vince
McMahon
or Kevin Dunn.
Oh God, aye, maybe him. Aye.
Hashtag fire Kevin Dunn, please. We need to make that hashtag. Oh God, we've already been in here for half an hour.
And we've not even talked about this week. Bloody hell.
I know.
But we're going pretty well for our first week,
Hello and welcome back to the Crossface Podcast. Hope you enjoyed those wee wrestling songs there. So during the break we were talking about Mario went to Fierce Females, I believe it's called.
Yes, all-female promotion in Scotland. I believe it's run by Mikey Whiplash.
Oh yeah, part of the ICW.
Well, it was, and then it kind of went separate a wee bit.
I mean, like Mikey, I know he's part of the ICW. I saw him at the Baromania show in March.
Lewis Garvin, that was a solid wrestling match.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Although that vignette that played like afterwards with I can't remember who it was. The guy that came back basically, and it was just
BT
creepy.
Gunn?
Yeah, that was just creepy.
I was just like, who the hell is this? And then that mask, and I was like, who the hell is this? Like, I can't really tell. He's got a mask on. What's happening? So it's just bro. Like, ICW is one of the best promotions right now in the UK.
I've got ICW on demand. Definitely, it's dead cheap as well. It's like £3 a month.
I know. Screw your $9.99. It's $5.99, which is like $3.75.
Yeah, it's like £3 a month. And they've not got as many videos, obviously, but there's like loads of 3 hour events on there, and they've got like wee documentaries and that.
I liked the Joe Coffey documentary. I was like, oh my god, are they hyping him up for Barrymania to beat Drew? And I was pure freaking out at Barrymania every time Joe got a near pin. I was like, oh my god, what the hell is happening here?
Joe Coffey was awesome. I hadn't heard of him like before the show, but then I saw like the Iron Man thing and the whole crowd and like the Black Sabbath Iron Man tune. It was like that. This
incredible.
Is amazing. Like,
solid wrestler. He was
really good. So is Drew. Like Drew's huge, like compared to a lot of the other guys there, and they just put on an amazing match. I would definitely go back to an ICW event in an instant. And you're going to one soon, aren't you?
This weekend, Spaceballs.
Where's this taking place?
At the garage.
The garage.
It's Spaceballs is, I believe, what was it? Mark Dallas said they're NXT basically. Like getting lesser known guys on to wrestle with more known guys. Like one of the matches announced the other day was Lou King Sharp, who, I'm going to put it bluntly, I hate him. I went to a PPW show in Edinburgh and he tried to give my bird a lap dance.
Really?
Aye, like
just a heel move?
Pure like trying to grind on her, going, "Do you want to touch my sexy body?" And I was like, get away, child.
That sounds like some good heel heat there.
Oh, me and Paul Fuzz, we were chanting, "School in the morning, he's got school in the morning," and it was just, I hated it.
ICW's doing really well in it. They've got an SCCC show coming up in November.
Yeah, I got the VIP
huge.
tickets.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
How much are tickets for this one? It's still the usual price, like £20?
25, I want to say. VIP's completely sold out now. That's 50.
What do you get with VIP?
Early entry, photo opportunity with titles, I think.
That's pretty cool.
And a t-shirt like they done for Barrymania.
Oh yeah, I saw a few of the t-shirts.
You get a t-shirt as well. But back on topic, Fierce Females last night. What a
amazing show.
What a bloody good show. Like honestly, one of the best Fierce Female shows that I've been to. I've been to 2 other ones at Walkabout and at the Runaway Rumble charity event. Wow, like right for the get-go, wow. Kaylee Ray, the champ, the only Fierce Females champ, I think 2+ years. She was in the first match against Casey Owens, and Kaylee Ray's turned complete heel now. Said, like, cutting a promo just saying that she's untreated fairly. So Christopher Saint came out and went, okay, whoever wins is number 20 in the Fierce Female Rumble. Whoever loses is number 1. Kaylee Ray went 1, unfortunately. Like, either one, it's like both just, I was like, I don't know who to cheer for. But it was a pretty good show. There were 6 matches on the card. Kaylee Ray versus Casey Owens, Carmel Jacobs, Sarah Marie Taylor versus Beth Noir and Viper. There was a wee bit of kind of heat between Betty Noir and Viper. Betty blind tagged in and lost the match, so I was like, ooh, something's gonna happen. Then there was a couple pullouts for the show. Polly Ann, something happened, so she got replaced by, I think, Ruby Summers, and she took on Sami Zayn. Fairly decent match. Courtney against Violet O'Hara. Violet O'Hara is tiny. Like, she's like maybe 5 foot.
So the Rey Mysterio of the Women's League.
Maybe, yeah.
Or Daniel Bryan.
Like, Courtney's a kind of like average, well, maybe about taller than average female, and it just made Violet O'Hara look even smaller. I was like, oh god, she's like a child in the ring. But that was a solid match. Like, none of the other matches on the card had any stipulations for the Fierce Female Rumble. We had Leo Owens against Violet Vendetta and Rhea O'Reilly versus Debbie Sharp, which was a pretty good setup before the intermission. Then right for the get-go, Rumble, 20 women, well, actually, 18? I'd say there was, like...
Yeah, there was a couple of injuries in there.
Yeah, well, one replacement, and there was 2 others, and I think it was just Debbie Sharp and a balaclava and black gear.
The big 3 faces of Foley.
3 faces of Debbie Sharp. So 20 women Rumble. It was a good, decent Rumble. People were getting eliminated sparingly to start with, but there was a couple of big twists in it. Lee Owens eliminating her sister Casey, and I was like, no, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to team up and eliminate everybody else. I was just like, no, this ain't happening. Then if you're caught up with fierce females, there's Hardcore Glamour, which is Kaylee Ray, Carmel Jacobs, and Sarah Marie Taylor. Sarah Marie Taylor got eliminated, and then it came down to final 3: Viper, Kaylee Ray, and Carmel. Kaylee Ray, oh, wait there, you're eliminated, Carmel, bye. And there was a lot of confusion outside. Carmel wasn't leaving ringside, and then eventually Viper picked Kaylee Ray up, chucked her out.
Oh, so she was there to catch it.
Yes. And Viper's the new fierce female champ, which is absolutely amazing. She's a good wrestler, like solid matches every time. She's at Spaceballs as well now and again. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But right at the end, mind I said there was a wee bit of something's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Betty Noir came out, celebrated. Oh wait there, belt off the face.
Oh, like a Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn kind of thing.
Pretty much, just like done in. Oh wait there, and then the whole, oh we trained together. Like everyone's always noticed you over than me. So that's setting up. And the next Fierce Female show's in October, I believe. I don't know if they're doing Walkabout again.
It's quite well.
Probably will be. I know, I thought that myself. Last year they had about 3 shows in the space of 6 months. But I don't know if maybe they're doing up, like maybe something else, like maybe having a couple shows at the end of the year kind of thing or something. Yeah. But it'll be interesting to see.
I need to try and check them out at some point.
That's the thing, £8 a ticket for like a night's of wrestling.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
You can't really argue for that.
Yeah. That's always good to see like the women getting like more representation, because obviously like the American wrestling and you don't really see that apart from like how NXT's going now. It's obviously getting bigger and bigger, which is awesome.
That's one of the best things about NXT right now. The women's division there is just off the chart, and they're actually given a chance to wrestle instead of fill this 2-minute slot here.
Yeah, that's definitely probably my favourite thing about NXT. And it's like the old SmackDown 6, but this time it's Charlotte, Bayley.
That is exactly it.
That's just like Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Emma and Alexa Bliss. Because even Alexa Bliss is really talented as well. And there's a few others that are coming up, like Carmella, who could probably use a bit more work. We've talked about Dana Brooke, obviously.
Well, that's the thing. At least she's kind of off... Well, as a manager role for Big Cass and...
Yeah, but she can wrestle when she needs to. Enzo and Big Cass, they're amazing. I love those guys. I just wish they won the tag titles, but I'm stuck with the dubstep cowboys.
I hate Blake and Murphy.
I know, they're so boring. They're so generic.
No, I don't think they're boring. I like their kind of finish, like the kind of like running suplex.
That's kind of cool.
Suplex and the kind of frog splash. I like that, but that's the thing. There's not enough tag team finishers. Like, you had the
Ascension,
the Fall of Man.
Yeah.
Well, here's another thing. There's not a lot of tag team like 2-man finishers. There's not. Well, apart from NXT right now, like the women are like both Sasha and Becky Lynch have got kind of like submission finishes, but there's not a lot of submission moves. And I was noticing that when I was going through my top 5 chamber matches, like for research, like what one's better, and it was just. There's no. I don't think there was any submission at bar Santino and Bryan, the last 2.
Oh yeah, aye.
But like, how many submission moves?
Yeah, I think there needs to be more. I think they're just maybe afraid of people sort of looking bad that they've tapped out, because there's always the fans going, "You tapped out," and it sounds like it's worse than getting pinned. You know, there's maybe that kind of part of it. But we've been talking a lot about Elimination Chamber, haven't we?
Yes.
I can see we're sort of running out of time in the show.
Into
it. So who wants to go first here? Do you want,
well,
we should do
we go
predictions?
five.
Do you want to do predictions first and see for this?
Oh yeah, let's do predictions. I've predictions.
I've got WWE.com up here, so we'll just do it. So the first one here, WWE Tag Team Championship Chamber match. What do you think?
Well, this is like I'm a huge fan of Elimination Chamber, and I've been wanting a tag chamber match for years.
Yeah, it should be pretty.
I said to you, like, Shield should have been 3-on-3 against the Wyatts, and the year before was like Sheamus and Cena and Ryback or something. Yeah, should have been a chamber match for both of them, but hold on, I'm gonna go with Cesaro and Kid on this.
Really?
I think like New Day are like they are dirty, rotten scoundrels, but I would love to see Ascension win, but I really don't think that's going to happen.
Nah, I wouldn't think so. They're probably just in there for cannon fodder. Like Los Matadores, they're definitely not winning. But I originally went for Lucha Dragons, but I think they might actually save that for like SummerSlam, so that's why I think New Day will retain. Then keep this, so SummerSlam I think will be New Day against Lucha Dragons, even if it's like the first match of the show. I think that's what's going to happen.
I think prime time players being back together is good because there was no point in splitting them up.
Yeah, they weren't doing so well in singles competition, so at least they're doing something as a team. So second match coming up here, the Intercontinental Chamber match. There's quite a lot of choices here, aside from R-Truth.
well, there is a little bit of situation with Rusev.
Oh yeah, he might be injured now. Yeah.
There was read online that he might get replaced by Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, I actually wouldn't mind that because I can't really see Bray Wyatt with a title, but it could be fun to sort of see.
I'm going for Ziggler on this. Even though he's been a multi-time Intercontinental Champ and stuff, I can see him kind of just edging out, especially where the storyline's going right now. But then again, I think Rusev might get DQ'd or something. But how can you get DQ'd? This is something else. SmackDown, Rusev and R-Truth. Was it R-Truth? Whatever. How can you get DQ'd by ramming someone into a ring post repeatedly?
Did he get DQ'd for that? Okay.
Aye. What the hell?
There's some really bad DQs out there. There's a manager grabbed onto a wrestler's foot and suddenly, disqualified. It's just like, it's not a big deal.
Like, maybe if they get seen doing it, then send them away.
Yeah.
But don't DQ right away, that's just rubbish.
That's just dumb. For the Chamber, I think I'd go with Sheamus unless anyone's sort of replaced. I think Sheamus is doing well with the big bully character. I think he'd be a cool bully champion. I can see that happening. And I tell he's not held yet, so they might sort of go for that sort of angle.
Yeah, well, wait there. Has he won the tag titles before?
No.
Because I was going to say, he could be like the only one to hold all active. And then I think Cena might have done everything as well.
Cena's never had an Intercontinental.
Yeah. Hasn't?
Yeah, he's had US tag title.
World Heavyweight so many times and WWE so many times.
Yeah.
And honestly, see what annoys me about Cena? This is like, I'm sure we'll cover it, like top 5 reasons why I hate Cena. One of them is he's won the tag titles with so many different people.
Yeah.
None of them are
proper tag team partners.
David Tatonga, Michaels.
Oh yeah. The Miz even once.
The Miz. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, they beat the Core and then for some reason the Core were allowed to put in their rematch like right away and got the titles back. It was like, what was the point?
Stupid.
Just to say they're like 2-time champions now in like a total pointless segment, you know?
It's stupid.
Before we get carried away, how about what about the Divas match? Nikki, Paige and Naomi. I'd go for Nikki.
I love Paige, but I'm gonna go for Nikki Bella. I don't see a big title change happening until maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah, at the most. Yeah, I'd probably go for that. Neville Dallas.
Neville.
I can't see Bo Dallas winning at all, actually.
Last 2 pay-per-views, Neville's lost?
Yeah, I think he needs... Unless you count like the pre-show from Extreme Rules where he beat Barrett. Yeah, but the payback... Who did he face at payback? It was Barrett again, wasn't it? And Barrett beat him, so... Oh, no, it was... Neville won, but by DQ. There was like... No, it wasn't DQ, it was count out. Like, Barrett just decided to walk away. He was like, well, this is a pay-per-view.
This is the thing, I only watched the main event at Payback because I was like, that just looks rubbish.
Or did you only see the main event?
Yeah.
Oh, you missed an awesome tag match when Uday and Cesaro and Kid. It was amazing.
I'll probably watch that back, but I just watched it for the main event to be like, hey, this is all I care about. Who walks out?
Yeah, the main event was pretty awesome. So now we move to the main event. So about this
no. Oh, the true main event. if for all those Cena
That's what I was going to say. Like, this is the most controversial one. Like, nobody knows how this one's probably going to end. It's Cena and Owens.
I think, see, the fact that it's not for the US title, I think Owens is going over.
I would agree with Owens going over.
Maybe don't. This is awkward because he's been knocking folk out in NXT, but are they going to do it? Like, Cena's already went through Rusev and survived and everything there, so I don't see Cena walking out like after a pinfall or something, but I don't see him getting knocked out. It's
a weird paradox.
But I see Cena getting beat. That's what I think.
I think that's going to happen, especially now that they've revealed that Owens is doing, like, he's going to be in like Battleground and Money in the Bank and the rest of the Raw shows, which is pretty awesome. So
I hope it draws more attention to NXT and gets people to watch it more.
Cause definitely.
Especially now the
3 months up.
No, well, not even that. The whole Wednesday Night War.
Oh yeah.
Lucha Underground, Destination America with ROH and TNA and NXT on the same night. Wednesday Night War, just saying it right now.
It's hard to call it a war though, because you can just watch them all at like different times.
I know, NXT you can watch any time on the network, and I'm sure they'll be like, oh, we've had 20,000 views in the last hour live, we've had 100,000 in catch up, so
yeah, exactly.
I don't think they're going to mind, to be honest.
And then finally we've just got Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose. What do you think of that? I think that's quite a hard one.
Aye.
Because I can't see Ambrose getting pinned clean again, because he's done it too many times.
That's the thing, like, they done it last year with Hell in a Cell.
The Bray Wyatt coming in, the holograph, the holograph.
Oh my god. It is... See, for all the good that they do in NXT, they really do screw the pooch in the main roster, don't they?
That was going to be that was an amazing main event as well.
It was one of the, like, this is what I love. It was the whole discussion the week before, oh, it's going to be an Orton Cena main event, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
We've seen this match X number of times. We don't need to see it again.
Yeah.
Like, there's actually no point. So I was all for it when it got main evented. I was like, oh my god, finally we're getting a proper push on these two young talents. And obviously Rollins, they needed to push him over because where he is now.
Yeah.
But
I felt like a proper sell match as well. It was like a feud that deserved it. And it was that, like, starting off at the top, it was like, this is a proper Hell in a Cell match. The first one in like years.
But then you had the whole Ambrose and TLC, he went to smash the TV and the TV blew up. Like, how many dirty finishes is this guy going to lose at?
I know, you just think he's going to trip up and have a banana peel or something and just lose his next match.
Oh, don't say that. Vince McMahon's got that as a finish.
Right, well, we've only got a few minutes left. Do you want to rattle off your top 5 chamber matches of all time?
Oh, top 5. This is going to surprise you.
On you go.
Elimination Chamber 2012 World Heavyweight Championship match.
Number 5,
Yes. Basically, because Bryan is a scared heel, and I just love how Big Show rips open the top of the cell, gets in and batters him, cool, and also the chance for Santino off. Like,
the crowd was
hot
for him.
Those final two was phenomenal.
I'll go for my number 5 then. My number 5 was talking about hot, the 2010 SmackDown one. I say hot because obviously Undertaker nearly got burned alive, which probably
I want an honourable mention on that. Michael's sweet chin.
Yeah, exactly. And it's Taker and Jericho at the end, and the fact that Taker was actually able to wrestle with all those burns in his body, and it was just a great match. So that's why that's my number 5.
Nice. My number 4, a match I hadn't seen, the vacant World Heavyweight Championship match, New Year Revolution 2005.
Oh, a nice one.
I liked the whole push for Batista at the time because something different from what we'd been used to, and like earning the last entry into the cage is the kind of like enforcer, and it's like, oh well, I'll help you win the match. That's if you're still in to Triple H. So
it was good.
Started that heat.
Yeah. Number 4, I've got to go for the original at Survivor Series 2002. Obviously, it's the first one. Like, they didn't have like the winning formula yet, but it did, I think, go perfectly well. And like Shawn Michaels went at the end with the crowd going mental. It was just awesome. So that's my number 4.
My number 3, No Way Out 2008, and it's a Raw one.
Oh, yeah.
No, sorry, SmackDown.
Oh, really? The SmackDown one? Surprised by that one.
Well, I liked it because Hardy should have won. That was his time. Obviously, it was later that year.
Was Hardy not in the Raw one? Because the SmackDown was like Undertaker, Batista and that.
Oh, sorry. That is a Raw one.
Yeah.
It's cause the titles. Like the titles just
they've mixed up. They were both in
shows
number
all
one
the time, and I'm
contenders,
like,
that was a good one. That was the one with Triple H and Shawn Michaels in that as well.
It was Umaga just taking out everybody, and then it took everyone to hit a finisher on Umaga and obviously Swanton off the top. I love it, Jeff Hardy, so that had me at it right there.
That was a good one. Number 3 I've got what you had is New Year's Revolution 05. We've already discussed why it's awesome, so let's move on to number 2.
Number 2, No Way Out 2009, and it's a Raw one. Cena, Mysterio, Jericho, Mike Knox, Kane, and the reason that it's number 9 is because my girlfriend went, oh, isn't that the one where Edge knocks out Kofi Kingston to start? He just lost the title. I was going to put that one, the SmackDown one, because Edge lost the title right away. I was like,
yeah, it was huge.
But the fact that he comes in, Cena gets eliminated as soon as he's out. 3 finishers, ruined him, done, showers, and obviously Edge walks out, win, which I love the character, just that opportunistic snake, which kind of is Rollins'
awesome
role now.
Yeah. Number 2, I've got the most recent one, the 2014 Chamber. That was Cena, Orton, Bryan, Sheamus, Cesaro and Christian. Obviously some huge stars in there, some great wrestlers. I think it was Christian's last pay-per-view match to date, and I think he's sort of retired now.
It's a shame, like, he deserved a big match going out, not just a big multi-man match, you know.
Cesaro was awesome in there. He got to show off his stuff, and there was like Cena and Bryan having a face-to-face. I loved it all, and Wyatt interfering, so that's my number 2. So let's hear your number 1. I'm interested to hear.
Drum roll! Is actually the SmackDown one for 2008.
2008? The one with Undertaker and Batista in that?
Taker and Batista started it. This is why I loved it, because I think it was Taker got injured by Mark Henry right after they had a feud after WrestleMania the year before. So this was same, just basically having a 30-minute match with people coming in now and again. Like, you had Big Daddy V in there, you had Great Khali, Finlay, one of the most underrated wrestlers ever. Like, solid worker. Like, hell, even working up to 2008, like, he did show his age a little bit, but Jesus, what a wrestler. And also MVP.
Oh yeah, MVP. He got chokeslammed off the top. So
just like, and you go.
I wasn't expecting that as a number 1. But, for my number 1, it has to be SmackDown World Championship from 2011. I think you were talking about it earlier, you thought it was a pointless one, but I think it's just the absolute best. Like, I love Edge and Mysterio starting it, and there was some storylines in there, like Barrett and the Core going after Big Show. There was Drew McIntyre, who hated Edge because he got Kelly fired. That was a weird storyline.
I know. There's lots. Top 5 for weird storylines next week.
And then it was just great the way it went through, like Kane destroying everyone. They all teamed up to get Big Show, and then right at the end it was just Edge and Mysterio who just stole the show. Like Edge kicking out the 619,
that
Mysterio
was
kicking out the spear.
Edge's second last event, wasn't it?
Yeah, the last one, like WrestleMania was the last one. But the Chamber match, just a great way to go out, I guess. And then Del Rio came out afterwards to set up their Mania match, and Christian came back. So to me, that's just the best Chamber. So I'm afraid that's all I've got time for the day. I feel like we've rattled through it a lot.
Well, for sure, you need to get accustomed to the guys, you know, just shoot the stuff, you know, talk shop.
Trying to swear here. We're Scottish.
I know, I was taking it away there. I was like, shoot the stuff.
We're Scottish here, we need to swear. So but we're doing that after the show, just have a swearing session.
Oh, so, 10 minutes at least.
10 minutes. So that's the first
Crossface Wrestling Podcast.
Yep, we're definitely going to have another one next week. I've enjoyed my time here. Hopefully we'll have different people in, and we'll probably be talking about Money in the Bank and things like that, and whatever else is happening during the week.
Can I butt in here and say, for a sign-off, because the name of the podcast, can I say that we're tapping out?
Oh, I'll take that.
You've got to, come on.
I'll take that. So, yep, we're tapping out here. That's us.
Yes!
And we'll see you all again next time. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Adios.
EDR. Connecting the Campsie communities.
This is Eastern Bartonshire Radio.